see you on board. Just a couple housekeeping things. Hands up if you are supposed to be in English class right now, like your my class, Michonne's class, anyone's English class. Okay. Good. We need you to stay after. So we're going to end it a little bit earlier because we have to clean up all these chairs. So if you are in English in block 4, please stay. And we're going to clean up, and I promise we'll be gone by 3:10. Okay? And let me pass my over to one of our MCs.
Okay, well, hello Riverside. We hope everyone's having a great afternoon. I'm Ava.
And I'm Kiana. And are we ready for some amazing spoken words?
I think we are. But first off, we must acknowledge that we are on the unceded traditional territory of the Quaker First Nation, which lies within the shared territories of the Tsleil-Waututh, Katzie, Musqueam, Maycat, Squamish, and Stolen Nations. All my relations.
Here with us today, we have 4 amazing judges. So let's give it up for Monica, Miss Gorsuch, Miss Stella Vidova, and Miss Rivers.
Okay, thank you, judges. Now I'm just going to go over basically how spoken word works. So the judges will score the poem between 1 and 10 based on the words, meaning, and the overall presentation. If our fellow audience members disagree, feel free to yell higher, and you never know, you might be able to raise the judges' scores.
And please respect the poets by not speaking during their presentation and not going on your phones. And if you need to go to the washroom, please do so between presentations. Also, if you like, you can snap, but please hold your claps for the end.
And then on top of that, if a certain subject matter makes you uncomfortable, then quietly excuse yourself, check in with the teacher, and the counselors are also on hand if you need to talk to them. Alright, well, let's get into it. Our first poet up is Divine with Circle and Circle.
Okay. I'm Diegos. Yeah, come on real quick. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Thank you. I'm the echo of silence in a room full of chatter. At the point of thinking, what even is the matter? Growing up around people around similar to you, connecting just like friends do, something decent you have in common, but for a guy like me, long forgotten. Being brought up for a foreign country to live in a watered-down way can have an act that can have a say on how you act day by day. A cultural disconnect can affect ones like me who strive so hard to find the answer that's so hard to see. Why is there anyone like me? Don't get me wrong here. I have friends and family and siblings just like you who really get me and think I'm cool. But for a person's identity, it's as empty as cold. You see like a circle in a square hole. It just doesn't fit in. Being Nigerian born without any language known, with a unique background without any culture shown, feels like a weird in-between of a shield, kind of like playing for both sides of the field. Or even none. 2 black for the white kids, 2 white for the black ones. Not knowing where your role is in the equation is one messed up situation. Because time spent thinking, hey, I look like you, but realizing you're so far alike can really take a toll, maybe even spite. And yet I'm the one that's judged for not knowing my native language. No, culture means can only make a sandwich, but I'm the alchemist of assimilation. And I've already reached my destination. I don't fit the mold, nor do I wish to try. It's okay to think you're a different guy, because in my uniqueness, I can fly. My individuality will help me to thrive. I will find that sky. And self-acceptance is a journey. And self-acceptance is a journey that proves yourself as worthy and not destructive like a demolition derby with a sweet, sweet sensation of an Oreo McFlurry. Find your purpose and try not to be nervous. Can help you out of that hole and find the surface. I know how to square holes judging, and you never know, maybe you too can be lucky, because understanding who you are can benefit you and take you far, but as long as you're around the ones that treat you right, it can make you feel like a superstar. Thank you.
9.19 and a 9.1. Is that our final score? Let's applaud the poets. All right, moving on, we have Harry Lee with a message for my future self.
Dear future self, to the person I'm trying more and more to become every single day. Hey, it's me, Harry. I hope you're doing well. I still can't believe that I'm in grade 12, and I've been thinking about my future lately. Have you found your place in the world yet? There's nothing wrong, right? Wait, are you still single? I wonder if our future selves are thinking about us. Do you think they ever think about this moment as they're thinking of them? In the cinema of our memories, all those chaotic pieces align themselves to make us who we are tomorrow. I know we both always want a better tomorrow. So, did you live your dreams, or did you compromise? Nietzsche famously said that whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But what he failed to stress is that it almost kills you. Disappointment stings. And I know that a goal-oriented person like yourself, it is disorienting. However, I hope you're not pushing yourself too much. Fear is only temporary. It will eventually subside and disappear. So don't hesitate, don't deviate, don't procrastinate. I believe the most important thing to succeed is an intelligence, but the courage to prevail until the end. Remember that you grew up with bravery and overcame pain. Maybe this pain still makes your voice crack, but I hope you are stronger and harder than I am now. As you stand at the crossroads of past and future, I wish you make the better nature. May your current resolutions be the guiding stars illuminating your path forward. Savor all the delicate balance of joy and sorrow. In which corner of this world will I end up? Is it nice out there? Maybe I'm naive, but I'm not very worried because I'm happy now. And if I have the strength to be happy now, I might as well be happy in the future too. I guarantee you I won't quit. I guarantee you I won't give up. I guarantee you that in the long run, you'll see the best in me. Take care. Thank you for taking me.
Awesome. So as the judges write down their scores here, take your time, no pressure, no pressure. All right, here we go. Raise those boards up. I see an 8.7, an 8.8, 8.44, and an 8.2. Round of applause for the Amazing job. And if we're ready to move on, next we have Nicholas Fowler with Dear Commissioner.
Dear Commissioner, why, I ask myself as I hear the news, just because of a few people's opinions, it affects more than just your views. It hurts all those causes, future visions, not just your ad revenue on television. Oh, you must have heard, you decided that there should be no more. The repercussions of which I fear are in store. To be open is a thought I must implore, and to think about what this is all for. Dear Commissioner, what can a jersey achieve? It proudly displays team spirit, believe, a rallying flag standing tall, and every game it answers the call. But what if it means so much more, helps prove that we adore in ways we can't comprehend, just a cool jersey, but it transcends. For a stylish jersey might just ignite a change in someone's life, shining bright. It's more than just the fabric we have stitched together, it's the spirit of inclusion, now tethered. Should we support the very causes we promised to weather, but to silence those jerseys, is that really better? In the fabric of change, we find our threads, stitching together a world where compassion isn't dead. Unlike those jerseys, our message won't shred, for love and acceptance will fight till the end. Dear Commissioner, could you not see these jerseys had more impact than just you and me? A beacon of hope for all free, now extinguished by your hurtful decrees. We will never give up our plight for this cause, to prove that this ruling has flaws, that it should not be the law. So reflect, think about it, take a pause. Dear Commissioner, I must ask, was this the right thing to do? To listen to the few, letting their divisive ideas brew? Was it to reflect from the scrutiny aimed at you? Why didn't you listen to the many? Because our ideas were plenty, and for change we are open and ready. But no, you just chose to be petty. Dear Commissioner, why, I ask myself as I hear the news. Why? Yours truly, Nicholas Fowler.
Thanks so much, Nicholas. Very good job. All right, judges. All right, let's raise our boards. Let's see. We have a 9, an 8.85, a 9.1, or 9, oh yeah, and a 9.1. Good job, Nicholas. Alright, and now we're going to move on to Carmen Moldovan with Journey with My Thoughts. Imagine this, a morning sun, a world awakening from its slumber. But in my mind, it's a battlefield, a relentless mental thunder. It creeps at the thief in the night, an unwelcome guest, a relentless tide, a force that distorts reality, where worries multiply and emotions collide, and my breath is short. I feel like I can't breathe, but my life also feels distorted. Everything is moving so slow, but coming at me so fast. My chest hurts. What's wrong with me? I'm shivering, but I'm not cold. I'm crying, but there's no load. I'm panicking, but for what? My heart is racing. I'm sweating, but I'm not hot. I can't speak. It's like my vocal cords are tired and not. I feel sick. Why is this happening to me? I can't think straight. I don't know what to think. What do I say? It's like the conductor of a symphony for songs and loud, dictating the pace, a relentless mental cloud. Social scenes become a fever on my knees. It writes the script, bringing words to tease. Late night thoughts, a playlist of fears, its tunes playing in my ears. And with those tunes, life's rhythm loses its friction. It's like a mental typhoon, a puppet in a play scripted with ease. I just want this to pass. I'm having a fun time, but it starts to ease in. Okay, just breathe. 1 in, 1 out. 2 in, 2 out. 10 in, 10 out. It's not helping. It's ruining everything. I can't ever enjoy anything without a previous storm. It's here in one form, later it's back in another. It's a never-ending sandstorm. Just breathe is what everyone's telling you to do. Don't you remember trying? I feel sick. It's not physical sick. It's like an internal, emotional sickness. And it's not sick either. But I won't let it take over. I can't let it take over. But it's so difficult. All these thoughts running around and it feels infinite. Missing important things because I can't control my thoughts. But how bad can it be, right? I mean, standing here in front of you all today and I'm fighting through. Putting in all of this effort and hoping it will pay off. But imagine this. An evening moon, a world settling into peaceful rest. But in my mind, it's still a battlefield. Thank you, Carmen. All right, we'll patiently wait for our judges to write down their scores. We're on the ball for this one. Perfect. Raise those boards up. We have an 8.8, an 8.95, an 8.92, and an 8.9. All right, you got All right, judges, we know yourself. We are moving on to Angeline and Grisha, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, with the dilemma of the imperfect perfectionist.
Tell me
why the gods assigned me to be a Virgo, because I am no Beyonce, no Michael Jackson, and definitely not Mother Teresa, but one that does console my soul, one that aligns my mind to the constellations and horoscope in which I was born is the mere fact that I am a perfectionist. The dilemma is I am a perfectionist, feeling the need to articulate every syllable with breeze, but the adrenaline of the race refuses to give me ease. The race of life pests me to pace perfectly, not to find me peace, but to point me in pointless collusions, reason that I need to be on top. I need to be perfect. Because in my idealist universe, small compliments insufficient for these sports of failure. To feel insecure because to reassure, I need a teacher, a peer, the perfect career, or an answer to appear on tests. Among the texts there shall be no excess, no footprint of wrong. Now, don't be fooled by my effortless rhymes under this private crime, made up of many nights doing time, a prisoner of my mind, driving myself insane as I chained myself into ambitions I once pretended were sane, because the price of life free of flaw cost me to forget my own name. Some words I can't sleep, and all I do is think. Such a perfectionist that sometimes I feel like a rock is better than me. Yeah, a damn rock. Because not only is a rock never lonely, but its bumps and cracks never caused it worry. It never had to deal with anxiety or relentless details about whether its hair sits nicely, to be its own bully and pick out every insecurity or experience. The irony of being pressured to punctuate the perfect spoken word poetry as it writes about being a perfectionist. But across the mournful moons, yearning perfection, there is a slight glimpse of sun I attain to reclaim my amnesia. My forgetfulness of my resilience to the hurricanes I've underwent in this lifetime, where I've died so many times, I sometimes forget that I am worth it. Regardless of whether, if anything, is perfect, that I can grant myself the gift of security despite the years of insecurity. I begin to stop looking for more when I look in the mirror. I begin to sit in the comfort of stretch marks and X marks on test papers. I begin to sing even in disparities like smooth R&B. I begin to dance in the rhythmic waves of self-love and prosperity, to choose a heartbeat over hitting every drumbeat, to be placed in the unfortunate fate of being a Virgo, a perfectionist, but refuse to let the fuse of my inner star die. But most of all, I stopped being envious of a rock, because one thing it can never hold is a heart that can hum the harmonies of self-love. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Ashley. All right.
We're still waiting for judges.
Are we ready? Awesome. Okay, we have a 9.7 and a 9.7, a 9.38 and a 10. Alright, everybody. And next up we have G Costa with He's Always Wearing a Soccer Jersey.
My entire life, I've been trying to find my identity. This whole time, I've been questioning myself. A soccer jersey? How could it symbolize my identity? A soccer jersey shows my love for the sport. It shows my support for my hometown team. The screams, the extreme, the dreams I had, they were all coming back to me. From Zico to Pedro, the greats of the game, the names of the Hall of Fame, I project exclaim to the crowd, I leave the opponents in shame. It's a sport I love to watch, but it's only who I am. From watching the best football team in Brazil, to chilling at home and fulfilling the thrill of playing in the snow. But I'll never know if I'll ever go back, if I'll ever get to watch my hometown team again. It's only who I am. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Speed is watching Vinicius Jr. sprinting down the lane, and the supersonic speed at which the years fly by. How I fly over my country and say goodbye. Brazil says goodbye, and Canada says hello, hello, hello. It's like that one Beatles song. So now I say, will I ever get to watch my favorite soccer team again? But it's only who I am. March 19th, 2023. The day where I finally got to watch the best soccer team in the world. Finally, I say, finally after centuries of waiting, finally I was here. Here, watching the team I support. But it's only who I am. A soccer jersey is a car's headlights. The headlights which light up a path. A soccer jersey which lights up a path during tough times. A soccer jersey is my way of showing my support. But it's only who I am. Knowing who you are is very important. Knowing what you enjoy doing. It helps you appreciate life more. I will always remember that day. The day where I got to watch Flamengo play. The day where I realized who I am. The day where I realized football is more than just a sport. Football is who I am.
Thank you for sharing your passion for soccer. Love to hear it. All the judges. Don't think about too hard, it's okay. You got it. Alright, here we go. We got a 9, an 8.9, and 9.17. Ready for comments? Does anyone want to change in your score? Okay, the scores have changed to a 9. Beautiful. Alright, thank you, judges. Next up, we have Jaden Loretto with Reflections of Opportunity.
Hello, Riverside. I stare at my ceiling. The alarm clock reads 12:13 p.m. Its incessant ringing reverberates through my walls, but I'm too lazy to get up and hit snooze. I love sleeping. I consider it a habit at this point. I'm glued to my bed, a slave to the mess of blankets and pillows. I check my phone. There seems to be about 1 million messages from my parents. Because I had an interview today for my dream job, an opportunity to do what I love. I muster enough energy to drag myself to the washroom, and I stand in the mirror. A tired face stares back at me in the reflection, and I think, wow, I really need to change my ways. There was once a man named Taraji, a Frenchman born in the late 1700s. He had quite the life, being kicked out of his house as a teen and becoming a spy for the French army. He was also known for his inhumane intake of food. He was able to eat anything, whether it was alive or material, the size. That's right, Terare was eating eels, animals, and babies. Babies. But you may be thinking, what the hell is he talking about? Let me go. The French army perceived Terare's talent as something divine, a gift. The French thought that with his inhumane ability, he would be able to carry information that would contribute to the downfall of the French Empire's enemies. Terare was offered this job, and he saw it as a calling from the Lord himself. After years of hardships and trials, his curse brought upon him a blessing. Terare went from sliding down those grotesque, slimy eels down his throat, making a fool of himself on the streets of Paris, to finally being given a purpose in Napoleon's army. He had an opportunity to show others that his ability didn't define him. But that very talent that elevated him became his demise. Terare undoubtedly stood out from the population because, he ate a lot of weird stuff.
And if you're a spy, attention is not what you need. And sure enough, the enemy caught him and threw him in prison, immediately shutting down any opportunity that he had to, rank up in the army. And just like that, all of Terare's military ambitions and dreams were taken away. Again, what does this have to do with anything? Well, Terare's unfortunate events, marked by excessive gluttony and missed opportunities, serves as a story of consequences of indulgence. It highlights and emphasizes on the importance of moderation, self-discipline, and most importantly, seizing opportunities. This opportunity was basically spoon-fed to him. And maybe the French were just testing his abilities. Maybe the French never truly believed in him. But the fact of the matter is that they gave him that opportunity. And when I look at this story, and when I look at myself in life right now, I see way too many parallels. Just like Terare, I have a habit of doing something that hinders my ability to succeed. I had a choice to make. Do I learn from the past and someone else's mistakes? Do I take this opportunity to change my ways and rewrite the script of my life? Or just like Terare, will I let neglect and stubbornness be my downfall?
Really good job. All right, judges, let's see. We have an 8.5, an 8.5, and 8.5. Come on, judges, you heard the audience. Let's give it up for Jaden. And moving on, we have Sonoma Booth with All Around My Room. All around my room are memories that I will always remember as true. I remember sitting on the edge of my very new bed and having my battle scars patched up from that cold, wet, and rainy day. Even though it was my best friend who had the loaded gun, one little squeeze of the trigger and bang! I was done. That's when I fell hard on cold, wet cement. Yes, that broke the friendship test, and that was the very last. Now, let's talk about friendships that last, like me and you, where we've never been to the same school, but we've always stayed true to our roots. Now, look at us. Look at just how much we grew. All around my room are memories that will always be true. I remember all my old medals, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I remember the teammates I've lost, the memories I've gained, and the good old friendships that are slowly fading away. All around my room are memories that I will always remember as true. I remember every book on every shelf and how they all have stories to tell. But it's the same message or not, old or new, ancient or inspirational, or it's about hopes and dreams and pain and suffering. I know I've learned new lessons, and I try not to repeat the mistakes I made, unless I want to be the hero, who's stabbed in the back by the mean greed of others, or the villain will set fire to their poison and smile at their pain. Now, the shelf itself is old and rickety, but not the same as stairs, more like battered and bruised and rips and tears that weren't always there, but that sort of just appeared. And now they won't go away, so I don't know what to do, other than go brand new, because there's no use rebuilding something that's already through. So new. Is it really better, or is it just too good to be true? All around my room are memories that will always be true. I remember finishing my homework with the music cranked, even if it's just Taylor Swift as my #1 ranked. No song is ever just the same. Something different with each question read, and each question answered. I would be studying to get everything right. While there's something going on in that other room, I'm up in my own balloon, flying high above the problems of life, and just trying to let it be. As the rain keeps pouring down from my windowsill, and the clouds become my comfort, and my relaxing candle slowly burns, I take a deep breath, and I let it be. All around my room are memories that I will always always remember as true. I remember always looking at our family photo with Goofy from Disneyland, with little me squished in between my two loving parents. Oh, how I wish to be that tiny once again. I go back to the times where I was safe in between the people who loved me the most. I miss being a little bundle of sunshine, rainbows, and music notes, where I knew every single lyric to Call Me Maybe by the age of 4 or 5, and with the wind blowing in my hair, I had simply no care. All around my room are memories that will always be true. I will always remember you, and I will always miss you. Please don't take that as anything but true. You'll all be saved, you'll all be true, both to me and to you. So goodbye, room. I'll miss you.
Amazing dogs, Nona. Thank you so much. All right, Angels. We're good? All right, raise them up. I see an 8.23, an 8.7, an 8.25, and a 9 for Mr. Renault. Awesome job, everyone clap for Renault. All right, moving on. We have the wonderful Scarlett Stratton with Lust for Ceilings.
Pinching my ear is the whisper of its pursuits. Why my stomach quenches on the eve of examination. Why the calendar list so full takes my breath away. The sizzle of endeavors burns flesh. It's a craving, a need for air. Trees flattened arise a smoking gun, the armor of my lead. Although bullets become barren, the trigger of desire never faltered. Shots methodically obstructless. At great distance they travel. But why? What twists the lock of reason? What inclinations fuel the appeal of labor by choice? What becomes of work ensued, the trouble of a target? A ceiling. In seeking, there is no reward except concept within itself. A gift no end to boundless growth and wonder. I search for longing. As no concrete, drywall, paint, or wood can stop time evolved. My clock of knowledge ticks as it is solar powered. The sun will not burn while my blood circulates and my feet hit the sand. I chase freedom of smashing limits set through passing time, striving for a finish line that is not a maximum, instead a requirement. No longer reaching for the moon and the stars, but beyond the questions of space. Instead of seeking to understand the known, inquire of what the known does not perceive. Smash the glass, crack the mountain, rip the average mindset of completion. What is success? What is completion? No success should ever be complete. Milestones of a journey in progress. What if? A commonly used phrase, no longer applicable. The term may sound inquisitive, but why not, when can I breathe underwater? When can my dreams be transcribed into art? When will dinner be dessert? When will surgery be extremist? When does a limit become outdated? No ceiling. You think of the world around you. Look, the lights over your head, the material of your clothes, the car you will drive home in. And at what point did what if become when do we change fire into electricity? When do our cars cross oceans through clouds? Often laughter is following thoughts of outlandish capabilities. I question if the general capacity of thought fears because not succeeding would mean lack of meaning. Yet I have no fear of not meeting success, because a finish line is not my pursuit. A ceiling is not how you finish a house, rather the lives led inside. When people ask why I try so hard at school, why my plate is so gratefully full, why I stay up until 1 a.m. to wake up before sunrise to do homework, why I make lists in the shower, why minute by minute, day by day is planned in my paper planner. Because today I study biology, math, literature, and art. Tomorrow I will graduate high school. I start university. Limit after limit, goal after goal. Then I try to change the world, even if it's just my world. Will I succeed? No idea. Will I make history? Who can tell? Will I hit a ceiling in pursuit of my future? Never. What I chase is knowledge. Try, transcend the known. When do I start? Now.
Thank you, Stella. Good job. All right, judges. See scores. Scores, are you okay? All right, let's raise our boards. We have a 9.5, a 9.3, a 9.41, and a 9.5. Good job, Stella. And next up, we have Ozzy Maxon with Word.
Would you still love me if I was a girl? That is to say, would you still love me if I was nothing like I was today? Would you love me if I suddenly couldn't do the things that I do now? Are you in love with me? What things are they? Do you love me? Would you say that you do? Words that you say from the deafening down. Do you love me the way you transport mine, the way that we both walk side by side? Would you still love me if I couldn't move? Would you carry me, place me down, deal me around? What would you? If I were a worm starting tomorrow, would you put me in a terrarium and fill it with mulch? Would you keep me safe in that terrarium? Would you still love me if I was a worm? How do you see me? Do you see me as a pet? Do you see me as a lover? Do you see me as nothing more than a game? What am I to you? To me you are the stars on a dark winter night. To me you are the sun shining brightly, lighting up my sky. To me you are the poetry that flows through my pen. Your love is like an ocean, so vast and endless, lighting up my world like a flame that flickers, a beautiful ray of sunlight dancing upon the open water of the sea. I don't know how to tell you I love you, nor do I ever know if I will know how, because 3 words can never seem to justify how I feel for you. I can call you my universe. I can say to the moon and back. In the end, every single moment with you feels like a limitless expansion of life. And that's not saying you are perfect, because even the brightest star can fall, explode, or burn out. But even through all of that, I would still love you. There are no words in any language that can describe how much I care for you. But thus, despite there being no words I can say, I would still love you if you were. I would dress you in a box, a terrarium, take care of you, find ways to take you out to see the great blue, show you the world, even if you couldn't give me your all. Even if you were a worm and you were having troubles, I would take care. It might be rose-tinted, but my heart is made of thin polyester strings, and I don't care. You are worth it. You will always be worth the effort. And I hope someday you'll see that too. They say that if you kiss a wound, they'll heal, but I cannot kiss your heart. Instead, I kiss your lips and your skin in hopes that it will seep in. Because where you see worthless, all I see is a work of art. I hope that you can see the same. So yes, I would still love you if you were a worm.
Alright, judges, let's see those scores. I see
Southwest Airlines? A couple, yeah. Well, for those who are uninitiated in the subject of hell, Southwest Airlines is technically an airline, in that their planes do leave the ground occasionally. Their big thing is that you choose your seat when you get on the plane. So any drunk guy who wants to sit next to you can, even though there are 15 other open rows, and you sat at the back of the plane specifically so this wouldn't happen. Then you just want the flight to be over, and he orders another round of drinks and asks your name 6 times. Hi, I'm Campbell. I'm Campbell. George, Mike, Peter, Stephen. He didn't notice. And the colors of their planes, oh my, just blue with red and yellow stripes. Were they just in a meeting? We need a gimmick. And Jim from HR stands up and just goes, you know how everyone else has those cool planes? What if we didn't do that? Yeah, and everybody just went along with that. You just look, your eyes burn with flames from the deepest boiler rooms of hell. Relatedly, the deepest boiler rooms of hell is where Jim from HR lives. Yeah, and the peanuts, they love their peanuts. You know, I guess when you're hurtling through the sky at 35,000 feet, peanuts solve everything. Hungry? Peanuts. Girlfriend broke up with you? Have some peanuts. You broke your leg on the spikes in the seat? Have some peanuts, that'll fix you right up. Flight canceled? 2 options, future flight credit or peanuts. If you have to stay in a hotel, we might even give you 2 little bags. So, just to give you an idea of what this is like. This airline is the Waffle House with wings. Skechers of the sky. Amazon Music of the air. A 1998 Honda Odyssey if it could get off the ground. Yeah, and I love the little flight safety pamphlets. This flotation device has been tested in a regulation-sized swimming pool. Well, I sure hope we crash land in a regulation-sized swimming pool. Yeah, and then they'll come over the announcements and say, in lieu of therapy, everyone will receive peanuts. Yeah, it's not all bad, right? The screaming goats flying the plane usually aren't too loud. And those are some pretty good peanuts. But no, I'm not sponsored by them. I would be, but I want these jokes to land on time. Thank you.
Judges, are we ready? Yes. All right, let's see. Oh, jokes. Right. Let's see. We have an 8.2, an 8.9, an 8.7. Thank you. An 8.2. Higher! Miss Wilson has an 8.9. Higher! Mr. Kruger has an 8.12. All right. Can we have a huge round of applause for all our poets today? And moving on, we have a video from our winner for this morning of our People's Choice Award with Colt and Tyler and their spoken word in a video. Just kidding. We are going to vote for our People's Choice Award. Everyone pull up your phone, you're able to scan the QR code and get your favorite poet on that video.
Yeah.
sentimental longing or wistful affection for the past, typically for a period or place of happy personal associations.
Nostalgia, the longing or yearning for old times, the sweet things that make you sentimental, a memory, a long time ago's way up, and as you long to live the moment yet again, you are nostalgic. Everyone longs to find things that make them feel the joy of old times again, a distant scent, an old toy, or even a person that makes the past feel a little less foggy. However, there are sometimes certain things that stay with you as long as you age. One of these things is a person named Colt McLean.
Yep, that's me. Like any perfect friendship, Tyler and I got along immediately. One fine day in grade 1, he decided to tease me about a girl that liked me. Her name was Brooklyn.
Within a week, we were best buds. Colt and I were a perfect pair. He was the fastest and I was the strongest. We would oppose teachers and fight students who treated us unjustly, make hilarious potty jokes, and be a unit on the lacrosse field. We even had a YouTube channel.
By grade 5, we were completely inseparable. We couldn't go 6 hours without talking to each other. Then, something happened. Middle school. Tyler and I thought we would be like this. But in reality, we went like this. I was forced into a gifted program, secluding me from the rest of the school for the entire time I was there.
Colt and I's friendship fizzled, and we didn't talk for almost 4 years. As the years unfolded, our lives took on different trajectories. I committed to lacrosse, and Colt left, starting to gain skateboarding sponsorships.
We joined different friend groups and eventually completely lost our friendship. We were so far changed from when we were friends that we had no idea who the other had become.
Things didn't look good for us, but it turns out our friendship was sleeping, not dead.
Grade 10.
I was at a house party one day, and across the room, there stood Colt. He walked up to me. That night, we reminisced about the adventures of our carefree youth for hours. It seemed like the years of separation had melted away. We planned to get back in touch, and we did. The bond forged in the innocent days of crayons and recess had proven unbreakable.
Nowadays, Tyler and I are back to being good friends. It's surreal reuniting with someone you spent your whole childhood with. While I know we're the same people at heart, we've both changed immensely. The best way to describe it would be bittersweet. To me, Tyler is my definition of nostalgia. Whenever we hang out, we always end up talking about elementary school. When we talk, it's like you can still smell the cool air on a freshman recess.
Growing is something everyone is destined to go through, and although sometimes painful, it helps to look at the things that have stayed with you.
Although it's easy for us to lose sight of the child we once were, the answers we seek often lie in the past. Like a tree, our growth comes from our roots.
Nostalgia is associated with wanting to be in the past. However, Colt and I believe differently.
Often, people don't actually want to be in the past.
They just want to be the person they were in the past.
When people miss their childhood, they're missing the carefree, optimistic filter they saw life through.
Nowadays, with social media, money, and worries about the future, we often forget to just be in the moment and relax.
Perhaps people miss how present they were in every moment when they were younger.
Although many of us have acquired pessimistic or jaded attitudes towards the life we live, there is good news.
That wild, carefree spirit still exists within us. There's nothing stopping us from playing and running and laughing when we're 8 years old.
That's the main thing Colt and I have learned from each other.
When Tyler and I are together, we realize it's okay to be childish.
It is okay to let things go.
It's okay to live your life to the fullest with the people you care about, ignoring the judgment of those you don't.
So when you feel nostalgia, that slight clench in your stomach, a yearning for the past, maybe it's your body trying to tell you to have some fun.
Shoot to reclaim the good qualities that you carried in the past, and create more times to be nostalgic about. Thank you.
Before I let our incredible MCs announce the winners, can we give a round of applause to our MCs, please? Sean by 310. I think can I get another round of applause for all the spoken word poets? Applaud the poet, not the scores, because we do make it into a competition, but really to come up here and do this and to share their words is astounding. So who cares about the winners, but you know what, the winning is kind of fun too, so I'll leave that with my two. Okay.
Well, amazing job to everyone, like Ms. Thompson said. Everyone was amazing, but we do have some winners. So we're going to start off with the grade 11s. Second place, drum roll please. Lee Costa. Amazing. And then of course we have our first place winner. Another drum roll please. It is Angelia Arustra. To our grade 12s, our seniors. Here we go. We have our second place winner. Drum roll, please. Divine and amazing job. And then finally, our first place winner for the grade 12s. Another drum roll, please. It is Scarlett Stratton.
Choice, so can we have our last drum roll of the day?